Hello friends, welcome back. I hope you are definitely liking this series where we are discussing a lot of interesting questions on electrical and electronics engineering interview readiness part. I'm getting a lot of personal feedbacks as well, which is very encouraging and motivating. We are getting into the next set of 5 questions. What is frequency and time period? This is such a fundamental question, yet a very important question. In the alternating current AC, time period is the time taken to complete one upper and one lower half cycle, that is in the top and the bottom. I repeat, time period is the time taken to complete one full cycle, the upper half and the lower half. The frequency in the AC is number of cycles per second or the number of times the waveform repeats itself per second time period. I repeat, this is a very important point. The frequency in AC is the number of cycles per second or the number of times the waveform, which include the positive and the negative, repeats itself per second time period. One cycle contributes one upper and one lower half cycle. Please remember it. Frequency is always measured in hertz or cycles per second. But normally when we say it's in hertz. What is the frequency followed for AC? Well, this is a very interesting question. The standard voltage and frequency of alternating current varies from country to country. Yes, it is country dependent. Normally, it could be 120 volt AC or 240 volt AC. 120 or double the amount of it. While most of the countries like India, UK and other European countries use 50 Hz. Some of the countries like USA use 60 Hz. The standard adapted voltage in United States is 120 volts plus 60 Hz AC. Remember it, this is an important question. This is actually country dependent. What is the frequency of DC? Well, this is a phenomenal question which will be definitely asked in every interview that you go. Since the DC waveform is not time varying, it is all straight and we do not have time concept over there, it is not time varying over there. There are no alternations between the upper and the lower halves and frequency remains zero. That's it. That's a very simple question, isn't it? If you are provided with an option to come in contact with a live DC or AC wire, which one would you prefer and why? You should not prefer both ideally. It is actually not good, but if you are asked a question hypothetically like this, you need to go with AC. Why? The reason is very simple. In AC, you can see that the voltage rises from 0 volts and it increases gradually to the peak value and then decreases again to 0 volts and again it increases and decreases. It is the cycle. So within one time period, there are 3 0 volt crossings. If you see the picture rightly, as I presented in the previous session, you can see that. So if you are coming in contact with AC live wire, he will continuously strive to pull himself back by means of his reflex action. And since there are more 0 volt crossings in the AC, that's most preferable. You can go ahead with that in case you are to do that, and that will save you. The chances for you to pull yourself back are definitely little higher than the other option. When in DC, from the time t equal to 0, the voltage never fluctuates. It's consistent and constant. Hence, the person's effort to get rid of it won't be really materialized. So, in case you are to really touch AC or DC, go ahead, touch AC. You have chances to survive. Well, how can you ascertain if a given device is electrical or electronic device? I have a device, you tell me what is it? Is it electrical or electronic device? How will you say that? Any device that consumes power is called as a load. If a device consumes more power, it actually comes under electrical, and on the other side, the devices that consume less power are electronic devices. This is a fundamental question, but again, the answer is very important. You consume more power, you are categorized as electrical. You consume less power, you are categorized as electronic. That's all. Thank you very much for following my channel content. If you have any questions, please go ahead and type it in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. If you like the channel content, subscribe. Thank you.